All right, guys. So we're back with another video watch list. We did one last week and it was pretty successful. So I thought that I would get back on here and do my watch list again on video for everyone. So if you guys recall from my last video, if you guys watched it, hopefully you did, I did give out some levels, which I do go over every single week, every single Sunday, usually on my written watch list, which is the gamma exposure levels for SPY. So what I was saying in that video is if we broke to the downside 670, we would see 665 and 660 pretty rapidly. I wish I was good at editing really fast, but I'm not going to go back and clip that part that I said. But if you go back and watch it, you can see exactly how that played out. We broke 670 to the downside on SPY, and we rapidly went to those lower levels on Monday of last week. So going into this week, let's look at the levels for SPY. Let's go on over to our gamma exposure tool here. So you can see here we are bunched up around 660 currently. It's where we closed on Friday. That was the big gamma exposure level that I was talking about last Sunday when I did a watch list. So we do have a big group to the downside still. We did hit off of 650, so we did go lower than that target that I had. But we do have some support here at 647 on a positive level here. So I'd say we could range in between where we're at now, 660 to 650-ish this week. We have a shortened week because of Thanksgiving, but I'll be watching for that. So we could be ranging from 650 to 660, quite possibly. So we do have a big pull at 655. Which we could see if we see lower. And then if we do not bounce off of the 647, we could see this big batch of negative gamma exposure down here. This big one's at 645, and then it looks like this one's at 640. So those are my downside levels. If we break 647, it's going to be a big level to look at. I'd say if we get back to 650 again, which was a low from last week, we have a high chance of that breaking and us heading lower. But if we do bounce from here above 660 towards 665, I'd look for these levels up here. We do have a large pull at 670, which is we did have quite a lot of resistance there. We were hovering around there for a little bit, ranging from 670 to 675 earlier on in the week. And then we came back up and rejected off of 675 on Thursday, it looks like. 675 on Thursday, and then we had a huge rejection down. So the market definitely does not like that level around 670 and 675, it looks like. So if we do head higher, I'd be looking out for 670 and 675 for either a rejection or breakthrough of that level. Obviously, we're going to be using intraday flow to guide us and see where we're going to be going. But those are the big levels. 670 for upside would be the first level I'd be looking at. I'd be very I guess surprised if we do break through that this week, just because it's lower volume. Thanksgiving is going on, holiday and everything. So there's the levels for this week. So what else do we got going on here? Let's talk about the flow map. So the flow map is just a small little thing that I like to do. I like to look at the weekly premiums that go into expiration. So obviously it's going to be lower volume as expected here. So 11/28 is the expiration on Friday. We have half day on Friday. So lower volume here. We have 52 million in put premiums, and then sold calls in 34 million. So that is a little bit bearish. So that is why I'm leaning a little bit more to the downside rather than upside this week. So there's that. Let's see if we have anything on the economic calendar. I don't think we do. I don't think we have anything on the economic calendar, but worth a look. Keep forgetting that I have to remove these stupid ads. Remove that. There we go. Okay, so this week, let's filter through. So filter to the United States and 3-star. Okay, so here is what we got going on this week. We have core retail sales on Tuesday, PPI on Tuesday pre-market, and consumer confidence retail sales. On Wednesday, we have GDP and core PCE price index, and then new home sales. Thursday, obviously, we're off, and then Friday is half day, early close at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that is what we have this week. So kind of a busy week. I'm surprised that we have a lot of economic events going on with the low volume week for the holiday. But we should see some decent volume, at least on Tuesday and Wednesday, with what we got going on here with PC and PPI. Okay, so there's that. What else do we gotta go over? We can go over some cheaply contracts. I think that's the last thing that I usually like to look for with my watch lists. I'm just kind of I'm recalling of what I write down. So some cheaplies we got here are NVIDIA puts for weeklies, 165s. That one's is quite interesting there. I'll be looking at that one. Tesla puts for weeklies as well. And then Amara calls for 12.5 strike for weeklies. So these ones are all weekly expirations, so I'd be interested to see how those play out. I'll be watching NVIDIA and Mara as well for upside. See if those play out. All right, guys, quick little video for you all. I don't want to make it too long to bore you guys, but yeah, I thought I'd make another video for the watch list instead of writing it out. So if you guys enjoyed that video, please give me a like, and I will see you in the next one.